Your move, your move.
What's up guys, it is Rogue here and welcome to another amazing video on the channel. So for today, the long-awaited update for the Battlin Boxer deck profile has finally dropped, and since then we've actually had one of our cards officially signed by the GOAT boxer himself, Mike Tyson. Just thought I'd put it out there as I think it is actually super cool that he signed it. But in this deck profile, I have basically innovated the deck once again. We are playing different hand traps. We are playing more consistency cards. Check the comments down below as I will have all the math for the deck profile there. The ratios, why I'm playing them will be explained now, but the actual mathematics will be in the comments. If you are new around here and you enjoy my beautiful face and beard, make sure you smash that subscribe button as we are on the way to 5k before the end of the year. We are currently on track. Leave a like and comment down below, what do you think of Battlin Boxers? So that's enough blabbering. Let's get straight into the deck profile. So starting off with this amazing deck profile, we got triple of the Battlin Boxer Promoter, triple Battlin Boxer Uppercutter, double Battlin Boxer Sparrer, one Battlin Boxer Chief Second, one Battlin Boxer Glass Straw, one Battlin Boxer Switch Hitter. Now for me, this is the most optimal ratios that you can be playing of Battlin Boxers. The other Battlin Boxers, unfortunately, apart from maybe Shadow Puncher, are completely unplayable. I'm not gonna lie. I was playing 3 Sparrer, although I've cut it down in the sake of consistency. I wanted to increase the consistency even more from my last deck profile, but also realize that 2 Sparrer is just the same as 3, because you can normal summon a Sparrer, special a second Sparrer, go into an Xyz, and that third Sparrer is just redundant at that point because you're not going to be able to get another body. Now the cool thing about Promoter is that Promoter gives you access to the entire engine because it specials 2 Battlin Boxers out of the deck, usually always Uppercutter and one of your choice. Now the reason I've included Switch Hitter and I've cut the Battlin Boxer Spirit spell is because with Switch Hitter you can actually do a turn 3 OTK. If you go first, set up your negations, and your opponent can't break the board, you can set up a fantastic OTK with the Switch Hitter, which is actually really vital, and the spell simply can't do that because the spell has to summon in defense. Now Uppercutter, again, fantastic card, part of the 1-card combo. So Promoter's a 1-card combo, Uppercutter's a 1-card combo. All of these sort of synergize with the 1-card combo, although if you open a Sparrer, a Chief Second, you can still do the combo. It's just through Promoter you are Nibiru proof and you basically don't play into Nib, whereas the other ones do, but that's okay. Now I think, as I said, this is the perfect ratio. I wouldn't change anything. I think the deck is highly optimized. You have no idea the amount of testing that has gone behind this deck. You may be thinking, Battlin Boxers, is it really worth it? For me, it is, and that's what matters, because I think this deck, as I say, in every deck profile that I do for this deck, I think it's one of the best low ceiling decks at the moment, and I don't say that lightly. I just think Battlin Boxers are highly underexplored at the moment. Going on for the Battlin Boxer spell and traps, I add Quick Chaos because it's searchable. We have one of the Cross counter and one Flamvell counter. We search both of these turn 1 in combo, and we have a spell and trap negation and monster negation and destruction. And the rank up Quick Chaos is really useful for stuff like in the battle phase to get push for extra damage, or to go into your big Xyzs and gain their bonus effects. So I do play them. I was testing the 7th Ascension card, not the 7th Ascension, the 7th rank up card, but it's just not as good as Quick Chaos. All the consistency stuff, triple 7th Tachyon, triple 7th Ascension, 1 reinforcement of the army. I'm not playing around. I want to be able to see Promoter. If I can see Promoter and I can do my 1-card combo, I can end on a minimum of 3 disruptions, and if I open a specific card, that goes up to 5 with an OTK and with follow-up guaranteed. So I really want to be seeing Promoter, and that is why I'm playing triple Ascension, triple Tachyon, and 1 reinforcement of the army. 3, 6, 7 plus Promoter. That is 10 ways of seeing Promoter, 13 ways of seeing combo if you count Uppercutter, and that's not even counting stuff like Pot of Prosperity, which I also play in a 40-card deck. So the deck is very consistent, and I've built it to always basically try and see Promoter with 1 to 2 hand traps to back it up. And that usually is enough to stop most decks. And if you time those well, you can stop pretty much any deck. We have Call By, Cross Out, Prosp, and Triple Tack. These are the power one-offs alongside Rota that I play. This is very important because you need your Promoter to resolve stuff like Ash Blossom They can't really Dominus Impulse you unless you already have a card on the field, but if you do, you can cross out Dominus Impulse as well. If they want to Imperm you before you can use the Promoter effect, that is devastating. If they want to Veiler you before you use the Promoter effect, that is devastating. You need to be playing 2 ways, because it's the maximum you can play, because they're both at 1 of stopping hand traps. And I also play triple tack, so if they do stop me from playing, I can at least look at their hand and see what's going on and try and survive and try to do the combo again. Pot of Prosperity is just consistency. You can always call 6 and dig 6. It's very useful. Moving on to the hand traps, this is where the deck becomes its own. Triple Ash, as you've seen in pretty much every deck profile, still plays Triple Ash. But this is where the deck gets very, very, very interesting. Triple Song of the Dominator, triple Dominus Impulse, triple Dominus Spiral, triple Infinite Impermanence. This deck can abuse almost all of the Dominus cards apart from Purge, because Purge knocks you out of fires, unfortunately. But this is the really cool thing about this deck. In combo, if you open Songs and a Promoter, you can put a trap in the graveyard for Songs to then negate and search an Impulse or a Spiral. Fantastic. And going second, these are still all very powerful cards, so it has a very nice balance of first and second. Obviously you prefer going first, but going second you do have cards like this. Why not Fool Loss? That's a very good question. We don't want to open any card in our hand that is completely dead. If we have a board and we have Fool Loss, it does nothing. We can't afford for stuff like that to happen in Battlin boxes. Every card needs to count. We have Fool Loss on the side anyway, we can always side it in. But Ash is also very good if our opponent Fool Losses us, for example, because we would give them 2 draws. We can Ash it and they go -1. We can also call by it as well. If they Perulia us, we give them 1 draw. If they Meows us, we give them 0 draws. So we can play around the Mulchamis fairly well, and that is something to consider as well for this deck. But I really like the fact you play Songs of the Dominator, Impulse, Spiral, and Imperm. Like, come on, that's pretty cool. We're playing 12 traps that you can use from the hand, so hand traps. Absolutely insane. And that's it for the main deck. That is 40 cards. We have a very good ratio of combo, of consistency, and of hand traps and non-engine. I've done the math on this. If you guys want to know, I'm going to leave a comment down below with all the percentages that I've cracked for this deck, and just leave a reply there if you think those percentages could be improved. But I have ran the numbers. I might go up to 41 specifically because it doesn't affect the numbers too much, and main deck that goes in match. But if I do, I will let you know. But that is it for the main deck. We're going to go into the extra deck, and I'm also going to be showing you the combos that this deck can do as well, so stick around. Coming on into the extra deck, Battlin boxer stuff. Double Dempsey, number C79, number 79, number C105, number 105, and 1 Battlin boxer Yugioh. You don't need any more. I don't think there's any more anyway, apart from the Cheat Commissioner. It's just not good. You don't play Cheat Commissioner, but you can make all of them very, very consistently. Obviously, number 105 is your target for 7th Tachyon, so if you make it, please be aware that 7th Tachyon no longer has a target for you to search with. But absolutely insane. I really, really love this. And the fact you go number C7, you go number 79, and you're playing the quick play, you can go into number C79 and get the bonus effect, which is absolutely incredible. Same said for number C105, you can get the bonus effect too. It is cool, but if you don't know what you do, you're basically going to be making Dempsey 9 times out of 10. On summon, he is able to grab you a Battlin boxer card or a counter. Actually, no, he just grabs you a Fire Warrior or a Battlin boxer spell trap. Yes, my mistake. Uppercutter is the one that grabs you a counter trap or a Battlin boxer monster. He also has a quick effect you can detach, and it doesn't detach for cost, it detaches for card effect, so it targets your glass draw. And that is basically how you're going to be able to trigger your glass draw to add back a Battlin boxer from the grave. All of these have different effects. Lead Yoke is the one you make again because you make this during your opponent's turn for some protection, and then it becomes 3k and you can OTK with it. Moving on from the other stuff, we got 1 Typhon, 1 Zeus, because Zeus, this is an Xyz deck, and Typhon, if your opponent has a problem, we can out it. Spriggans, Merrymaker, and Gigantic Champion Sargass. We have number F0 and number F0 Utopic Draco. I apologize for my cat, he is very excited for Battlin boxes. Number 41 Baguska, and 1 Tornado Dragon. So that is it for the extra deck. I've sort of skimmed over all of the rationales because I've done quite a few deck profiles on Battlin boxes. So if you want to see why I'm playing these cards and what they do, just check out an older one. These are for this video is aimed towards the people that know that I really like Battlin boxes, or simply don't know what Battlin boxes do. which in that case, we're going to be able to show you the combo that the deck can do. So let's get straight into that. Okay, so showing off the combos that this deck can do, I'm going to showcase you what a promoter can do. And obviously, I want you to see why Songs is in the deck. So we're going to normal summon promoter, use promoter effect. We're going to summon uppercutter, and we're going to summon glass straw directly from the deck. Uppercutter is going to trigger here, grabbing us a counter trap, which is the Flamvel counter for our spell and trap negation. We can now overlay these two guys, making a Battlin Boxer King Dempsey, using its effect on summon, able to grab us a cross counter. This is 4 summons, so it doesn't play into Nibiru. Now we're able to set these 2 cards. Obviously, I'm going to be setting Songs of the Dominator as well, because I want to show you what it does. We're going to move to end phase to play around the Veiler, use the effect of the King Dempsey, detach, not for cost, but for effect. That triggers the glass straw to add back, and now your Battlin Boxers can't be targeted until the end of the turn. Doesn't really matter. Now during the opponent's draw phase, again, to play around stuff like Veiler and triple tack, we're going to be using the effect again. This allows us to make sure that all of our Battlin Boxer monsters cannot be targeted this turn. This is going to trigger the uppercutter. We're going to reborn the glass straw now. And now we have the full setup enabled. So when our opponent activates a spell or trap, we're going to immediately use the Flamvel counter, banishing the uppercutter for cost, negating that spell or trap. Now that we have no monsters in the graveyard, we'll be able to use Dominators from our hands, but since we have it set, that doesn't really matter. What we can do now is we can activate Songs of the Dominator whenever our opponent activates a monster effect, negate that, and now we're going to be able to search any Dominus card. So we can either search Spiral or Impulse. And the good thing about this is that we now have a trap in the graveyard. So let's say we search Spiral, for example. We'll now have a compulsory evacuation device, and they don't get the reborn as we have a trap. If we go for the Impulse, we'll basically have a special summon, negation, and destruction because we have a trap in the grave. And now we'll have obviously the Battlin Boxer cross counter as well for a monster negation and destruction on a counter trap, destroying the King Dempsey and actually summoning the lead yoke with material underneath like this. And this is actually a OTK. So let's say they out the glass straw because it can out itself, and that's going to basically put back Dempsey into the extra deck. So from here, we can OTK. How? So I'm going to show you exactly how. So we're going to draw anything. It doesn't really matter what we draw. Draw a blank. We're going to normal summon promoter. We're going to use promoter effect. We're going to summon the uppercutter, and we're going to summon the chief second here. Uppercutter effect is going to trigger, adding the switch hitter. We're going to normal summon the switch hitter, and that's going to be able to grab us the Battlin Boxer glass straw. We have 2 normal summons thanks to the chief second, by the way. Now this alone is enough for game because we have 2,000, 2,200, that's 4,400. We have here 1,600, so that's 7,000. Then we have 8,500 with 1,005 and an extra 500 on top as well. So it is more than enough for game, especially if we use this effect. This would actually be on 3k as well, so do keep that in mind. Really, really crucial that you know that. And then even if we don't kill our opponent, we have set up again because we can use these 2. Go into a Dempsey, search something, and then you do these 2. Go into something like a number 79, and then you carry on playing from there. So that is basically the combo that I wanted to show you with Promoter. It's actually really sick. Hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile and combo tutorial. Songs of the Dominator is absolutely sick in Battlin Boxers. I absolutely love this deck. I love Promoter and I love Uppercutter. And make sure you check out the comments as I will have all of the percentages and the math behind this deck posted there. So if you're new around here, make sure you subscribe, stay rogue, and I'll see you all in the next video.
It's time! Let's go!